Let's start with something most people avoid saying out loud. A man can like you, be attracted to you, chase you, flirt with you, sleep next to you, and even throw the word love around like confetti, but if he does not respect you deep down, the entire relationship is already standing on cracked ground. Love without respect is like spending money you don't actually have. It feels exciting in the moment. It feels like freedom. It feels like everything is happening beautifully and effortlessly until the consequences come crashing in. Respect is the thing that keeps a man grounded when he is angry, that stops him from wandering when you're not around, that makes him care about your emotions even when he's frustrated, and that pushes him to listen to you even when he thinks he's absolutely right. And here's a small secret. Most of the time, he isn't as right as he believes. So today, you're going to understand the 9 things a man will never do if he doesn't respect you. Not like you, not want you, not desire you, respect you. Because liking someone and valuing someone are not the same thing. A man can like your presence, but not value your boundaries. He can like your body, but not care about your heart. He can like the comfort you give him, but not treat you with the dignity you deserve. Respect is the line that separates temporary attention from real commitment. Number 9, he doesn't listen. He just waits for his turn to speak. When a man genuinely respects you, he doesn't listen with the goal of responding. He listens because he wants to understand what you're actually trying to say. He looks at you, not past you. He remembers details you mentioned even when you thought he wasn't paying much attention. Like that chat you had a week ago about your boss acting like the office queen. And later, he randomly asks you, "So, did Karen ever calm down, or is she still declaring war on everyone?" That's respect. That's attention. That's someone who values your mind enough to store your words. But when a man doesn't respect you, he's not listening to understand. He's listening for pauses so he can jump in and make it about himself. You'll be halfway through a sentence telling him something that mattered to you, maybe something that drained you or stressed you out, and suddenly he cuts you off with, "Oh, that reminds me of this one time." And just like that, your moment is gone. It's like your emotional experience got hijacked. You can almost see the loading bar in his brain while you talk, like he's buffering his next story instead of hearing yours. Sometimes he doesn't even pretend well. He gives those fake nods, those empty uh-huhs, while his thumb is scrolling through Instagram or TikTok. He thinks he's being subtle, but trust me, he's not fooling anyone. And here's the part that makes it worse. When you finally point it out, when you finally say, "Hey, you're not listening to me," he'll twist it back on you. He'll tell you you're being dramatic, or too sensitive, or imagining things. No, sweetheart, you're not reacting to nothing. You're reacting to being treated like background noise in your own relationship. Respect is not shallow nods or distracted listening. Respect is presence. Respect is attention. Respect is effort. A man who values you will make even your smallest thought feel important, because to him, your inner world matters. If he doesn't listen when the issue is small, he definitely won't care when it's serious. Remember this always. A man who never listens is only waiting to hear the sound of his own ego. Number 8, he never apologizes. He only explains. You know the type. The man who thinks every apology is a debate he must win. Instead of owning what he did, he builds a whole courtroom in his mind where he plays the judge, the lawyer, and the innocent victim all at once. You tell him, "You hurt my feelings," and instead of saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel that way," he launches into a speech about why you shouldn't feel hurt. Suddenly, he's giving you reasons, excuses, backstories, and paragraphs that no one asked for. You say, "You made me feel ignored," and he replies, "Well, you know I've been stressed," or "I didn't think it was a big deal," or "Anyone else wouldn't have taken it that way." That's not an apology. That's him dodging responsibility wrapped in nice-sounding words. A man who respects you won't try to rewrite your feelings. He won't argue with your pain. He won't act like your emotions are an inconvenience he has to explain away. He'll own it. He'll say sorry without trying to protect his ego. A man who respects you understands that apologizing doesn't make him weak. It makes him accountable. And accountability is a language of maturity. But a man who doesn't respect you will twist, bend, and reshape every situation until somehow you end up feeling guilty for daring to express yourself. You'll walk away wondering if you asked too much, if you spoke too soon, or if your emotions are somehow the problem. But here's the truth. Your emotions aren't the issue. His lack of respect is. When a man can apologize without excuses, it means he sees you as someone whose hurt actually matters to him. When he cannot do that, it means he sees you as someone whose pain is optional, someone he can dismiss when it inconveniences him. And dismissing your feelings is one of the clearest signs of disrespect. A man who respects you will recognize your emotional world as something worth protecting. He won't shame you for being sensitive or caring or expressive. He'll see your vulnerability as something sacred, not something to be used against you. A man who doesn't respect you will turn every problem into a debate. A man who does respect you will turn every conflict into an opportunity to grow closer. And it continues like that across all the behaviors. Because when a man respects you, everything changes. Respect shapes how he talks to you, how he treats you, how he shows up, how he reacts when you're upset, how he behaves when you're not there, and how he handles conflict. Respect is not something you ask for. It's something you see in his actions. It's in the tone he uses, the choices he makes, the patience he gives, and the effort he puts forward. When a man respects you, he won't dismiss your feelings. He won't make you beg for attention. He won't betray your trust. He won't play games with your time. He won't treat you like an option. He won't disappear and reappear like a Wi-Fi signal. He won't talk over you or belittle your dreams. He won't make you question your worth or doubt your intuition. Respect creates stability. Disrespect creates chaos. A man can love you but still not treat you right if he lacks respect. But a man who respects you will naturally love you better. His actions will feel consistent. His words will match his behavior. His promises will hold value. His presence will feel safe instead of uncertain. You won't have to decode his silence or overthink his mixed signals. You won't feel like you're walking on emotional eggshells. You won't feel invisible. Respect is the foundation. Without it, everything cracks. With it, everything grows. He says, well, if you think about it, technically you shouldn't feel that way because, sir, stop. This is not a TED Talk. This is not a motivational seminar. This is not a moment where he needs to bring out charts, graphs, and historical explanations about why your emotions don't count. This is accountability hour. This is the moment where a grown man should look at the impact of his actions instead of trying to rationalize the damage they caused. When a man respects you, he doesn't run behind logic like it's a shield. He doesn't hide behind fancy explanations or twisty arguments. He takes responsibility even when it makes him uncomfortable, even when it exposes him, even when it forces his pride to sit down and be quiet. He says, "You're right, I messed up." And he doesn't just say it to escape the conversation, he proves it with changed behavior. But when a man doesn't respect you, every apology feels like a lecture. Every sorry arrives with a slideshow, a timeline, a list of reasons why he's actually the victim, or why you misunderstood, or why you should calm down before he apologizes properly. His apology becomes a negotiation. A man who doesn't respect you will apologize only under conditions. If you calm down, if you stop being upset, if you soften your voice, if you see things from his angle first. Basically, he doesn't apologize to fix the relationship. He apologizes to protect his ego. And the worst part is, he makes the apology about himself, how he feels, how stressed he is, how you reacted, how you misunderstood. And ladies, I want you to pay close attention here. Men who don't respect you see apologies as defeats. They treat saying sorry like they're handing you a trophy. To them, apologizing means losing control, losing power, losing the upper hand. So they fight it, they argue, they deflect, they twist the story. They'd rather win the argument than protect the connection. They'd rather be right than be kind. They'd rather defend their pride than validate your pain. But a man who does respect you, his ego knows how to take the passenger seat. He cares more about the hurt in your voice than the hit to his pride. He doesn't say, "I'm sorry you feel that way," which is basically a sneaky way of blaming you for your own emotions. No. A man who respects you says, "I'm sorry I made you feel that way." Big difference. One blames your reaction, the other owns his actions. Respect means he doesn't shrink your feelings, doesn't question your pain, and doesn't make you explain over and over why you felt hurt. He sees it, he gets it, he values it. If a man can't admit when he's wrong, that's not confidence, that's fear, that's insecurity wearing a crown and calling itself bravery. That's cowardice dressed up as pride. And now let's talk about something that reveals a lot. How a man reacts when someone disrespects you. Some women think it's not a big deal when he shrugs it off. But trust me, it is. If he ignores it, laughs, or worse, joins in on the joke at your expense, that's not him being chilled or easygoing. That's him being spineless. That's him choosing comfort over courage. A man who respects you doesn't stay silent when someone crosses a line with you. He doesn't downplay it. He doesn't pretend he didn't hear it. He doesn't treat you like you're overreacting. A man who respects you defends you even when you're not there to hear it. He protects your name when your back is turned. He protects your peace when someone tries to disturb it. He protects your dignity even when there's no audience watching, because to him, defending you isn't drama, it's devotion. But a man without respect, he only defends himself. He'll jump up and fight if someone hurts his pride, his reputation, or his ego. But if the disrespect is aimed at you, suddenly he becomes quiet. Suddenly he becomes neutral. Suddenly he wants to avoid conflict. But the truth is simple. When a man respects you, he stands beside you in public and behind you in private. He doesn't treat you like a burden he has to explain. If he fails to do that, he's not your protector. He's your PR problem, the person you constantly have to make excuses for. Now, let's go deeper, because this next part really tells you what's in his heart. A man who doesn't respect you will treat your opinions like background noise. He may hear you, but he won't consider what you say seriously. He might listen with half an ear, nod politely, but your words don't influence him. They don't guide him. They don't move him. He sees you as someone who talks, not someone who advises. But a man who truly respects you gives weight to your perspective. He doesn't just listen, he reflects. He asks, "What do you think?" Because your viewpoint matters to him. Your voice matters to him. Your mind matters to him. He welcomes your opinion because he sees you as a partner, not an accessory. He values how you think, how you analyze things, how you feel about situations. He trusts your insight. He asks you before making big decisions. He includes you in his world because he respects the wisdom you carry. Even if he doesn't always agree, he still considers your thoughts carefully because he knows they come from a place of care and intelligence. That's what respect looks like in everyday moments, not grand romantic gestures, but small, consistent actions that show your voice matters. A man who respects you will never dismiss your intuition. He won't call you dramatic for noticing something he ignored. He won't roll his eyes when you express concern. He won't act like he's the only logical person in the relationship. Instead, he'll appreciate that your perspective adds something valuable to his life. When a man respects you, your ideas don't just enter his ears. They enter his decisions, his mindset, his future plans. Respect is not a single act. It's a pattern. It's how he talks to you, how he talks about you, how he thinks about you, and how he behaves in front of you and behind your back. It shows up in moments where he chooses to honor you, even when it would be easier not to. And those moments are what tell you everything you need to know. But when he doesn't respect you, he dismisses your ideas before you even reach the end of the sentence. He cuts you off mid-thought, waves away your concerns, or gives you that look, the one that silently says, "Yeah, whatever. You don't know what you're talking about." He'll make choices that affect the both of you without even consulting you, as if your perspective has no real value. It's not that he didn't think of asking you, it's that he didn't care to, because deep down he doesn't believe your input carries weight. He sees his judgment as superior, his decisions as final, and his opinions as the only ones that matter. Ladies, listen closely. A man's willingness to be influenced by you is one of the strongest signs that he respects you. A man who respects you doesn't just hear your voice, he lets it guide him sometimes. He adjusts, he rethinks, he considers what you say with seriousness. But if your voice never shifts his direction, not even slightly, then he doesn't see you as a partner. He sees you as background noise, someone who talks but doesn't impact anything. 5. He never keeps promises, only excuses. A man who respects you takes his word seriously. He doesn't make promises casually because he knows disappointing you actually matters to him. When he says he will do something, he follows through, not because it's easy, but because he values how you feel. But the man who doesn't respect you, he lives in, "I meant to. I meant to call. I meant to stop by. I meant to reply. I meant to make time." He's always almost doing the right thing, always nearly showing effort, always promising tomorrow what he failed to do today. He treats commitments like soft suggestions instead of standards. If he can show up early for his job, for his friends, for his gym session, or for anything that benefits him, but he's always too busy when it comes to you, believe it. He respects his paycheck, his hobbies, and his convenience far more than your presence. Excuses cost nothing. Respect costs effort. And the right man will pay that cost up front without you having to beg, remind, or repeat yourself. Then there's the man who never lets you set boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls, they're instructions. They are the blueprint that teaches people how to treat you. And a man who respects you treats your boundaries like important information. He pays attention, he remembers, he adjusts himself. When you say no, he doesn't argue, doesn't guilt you, doesn't try to pressure you into changing your mind. He understands that no is not an attack. It's a form of self-respect. It's you valuing your peace, your energy, and your emotional safety. But a man without respect sees boundaries as challenges, not guidelines. He treats testing your limits like a sport. He'll push, prod, and manipulate. He'll call you dramatic, overly sensitive, or too much, just because you stopped accepting his bare minimum. No, you're not too sensitive. You're simply not tolerating his nonsense anymore. When a man respects you, he doesn't feel the need to cross your boundaries because he's not trying to control you. He's trying to connect with you in a healthy way. A man's reaction to your boundaries exposes everything his sweet words hide. Then comes consistency, something people underestimate. Consistency is not just romantic, it's deeply respectful. It shows emotional maturity, stability, and genuine intention. It's him showing up on an ordinary Monday morning with the same effort he showed on your first date. It's him texting you the same way after 3 months as he did in the beginning. It's him keeping his tone, his care, his attention steady. If a man is hot one week and cold the next, that's not mystery. That's manipulation. That's someone keeping you emotionally confused so you don't realize he's giving you the bare minimum. He'll give you just enough love to keep you around and then pull back so you keep chasing. That is not romance. That is emotional instability packaged as "I'm busy, I'm tired," or "this is just how I am." A man who respects you doesn't fluctuate like that. He doesn't treat you like an option he can turn on and off. His presence is steady, his effort is reliable, and his affection is consistent. You don't have to guess whether he's interested today or disappearing tomorrow. You don't need to decode mixed signals or read between the lines or cling to rare good moments while ignoring all the bad ones. A man who respects you shows up, not perfectly but consistently. He doesn't love you only when he feels like it. He doesn't disappear during hard times and reappear when it's convenient. His interest doesn't fade once he gets what he wants. He doesn't treat you like a seasonal hobby. Consistency is proof that he values you not for the moment but for the long term. When a man respects you, you don't feel emotionally unstable around him. You don't feel anxious every time your phone dings. You don't feel like you're auditioning for a role in his life. You don't feel like you're waiting to be chosen. Instead, you feel safe, you feel understood, you feel seen, and you feel steady because he is steady. Respect is not loud. It's not flashy. It's not something he announces. It's something he demonstrates in how he treats you when no one is watching. And consistency is one of the clearest ways he shows you who he really is. You always know where you stand with a consistent man. He doesn't disappear for days and suddenly reappear like nothing happened. He doesn't hit you with the busy card only when it benefits him. He doesn't act available one moment and distant the next. When a man truly values you, he offers you stability, not suspense. He gives you clarity, not confusion. He brings you certainty instead of leaving you in emotional limbo. Real men don't create chaos just to keep you guessing. They don't keep you stuck in a cycle of maybe, possibly, or I don't know yet. Real men create trust. They create safety. They create emotional predictability, not emotional gambling. Then there's vulnerability, one of the biggest truths people ignore. Men only show their raw emotions to women they deeply respect. If he's always saying he's fine, good, busy, or whatever, and never gives you anything deeper, then guess what? You're not part of his safe circle. You're not the person he feels he can unravel around. When a man respects you, he lets you see the parts he hides from the world, the fears he doesn't say out loud, the insecurities he pretends he doesn't have, the embarrassing childhood stories like crying over a cartoon character or secretly Googling how to act confident because he didn't want anyone to know he felt unsure. When a man respects you, he lets you into the behind-the-scenes version of himself. He shows you the unedited version, not just the polished highlight reel. But when he does not respect you, he stays in performance mode. He gives you the version of himself designed for approval, the social media version, the one who only shows strength, humor, charm, or confidence. You never meet the man behind the mask. You only meet the mask. And that is because vulnerability is the ultimate trust test. A man cannot open up to someone he sees as temporary. If he doesn't take off his armor around you, he doesn't see you as his equal. He sees you as part of the audience watching his show. And now we reach the biggest sign of all, the one that reveals everything with painful clarity. He never plans a future with you. A man who doesn't respect you keeps everything vague. He will say, someday, 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 but never soon. He'll talk in circles, not timelines. He keeps things chill, casual, or let's see where it goes. Because deep down, he does not see you as someone he builds a life with. He sees you as someone he spends time with until something easier, better, or more useful comes along. There is always an excuse, always a reason to wait, always a reason to avoid stepping forward. But when a man respects you, he naturally includes you in his future without pressure or hesitation. He'll say things like, when we travel there, or when we get a place, or when we do this next year, because in his mind, you're already a part of his life moving forward. He sees you as a long-term presence, not a temporary option. Respect and future planning are connected. If he cannot imagine you standing next to him in tomorrow's picture, then he does not truly value you in today's reality. If he can't talk about the future with you, he's quietly telling you that you don't exist in it. When respect disappears from a relationship, everything else begins to fall apart. The foundation cracks. Communication turns into confusion. Instead of being guided, you get gaslit. Instead of commitment, you get breadcrumbs. Instead of genuine affection, you get random waves of attention. Instead of consistency, you get chaos. Love without respect is like putting flowers in plastic water. It might look okay for a short while, but eventually things wilt, fade, and die from the inside out. It may look pretty on the surface, but there is no life in it. But the moment you set your standards, the moment you stand tall in your self-worth, the right man will rise to meet you. Because respect doesn't chase away good men. It filters out the wrong ones. The man who is meant for you will not run from your standards. He will be attracted to them. He will match your energy instead of draining it. He will step up instead of stepping back. This is the goddess rule. Stop trying to earn respect by overgiving, overloving, or overproving yourself. You don't need to make someone see your value. You don't need to audition for a place in someone's life. You don't need to shrink your needs just to look easygoing. You don't need to pour everything you have into someone who gives you only crumbs. You don't have to convince anyone that you are worthy. You just have to believe you are. When you recognize your own worth, you stop accepting discounts. You stop letting people bargain with your heart. You stop settling for the cheapest version of love. A man either rises to your level or gets left on read, spiritually and digitally. Because real respect feels peaceful, it feels steady, it feels like something you don't have to chase, question, or fight for. You don't run after it, you receive it naturally. And when a man senses that you respect yourself first, he has only two options: step up and meet your standard, or step out and make space for someone better. Either outcome is a win for you. If you enjoyed this message, give this video a like, subscribe for more, and share in the comments which one of these signs spoke to you the most. Because the moment you choose self-respect, you stop attracting projects and start attracting real partners. Men who add value, not confusion. Men who show up, not disappear. Men who build, not destroy. If you love this video, give it a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me which one of these signs spoke to your heart or made you look at your situation in a new way. Sometimes it takes just one moment of clarity to make you realize how much you've been accepting without even noticing. And the truth is, the moment you choose self-respect, everything in your life starts to shift. You stop attracting men who drain you, confuse you, or make you doubt yourself. You stop accepting emotional leftovers, half-hearted effort, or men who only show up when it's easy for them. Instead, you begin to attract people who see your worth without needing a reminder, people who show up with intention, honesty, and real care. When you decide you deserve better, you stop treating relationships like a gamble and start treating them like a standard. You no longer beg for the bare minimum because you finally understand the kind of love you want. And more importantly, the kind of love you will no longer tolerate. A woman who respects herself becomes a mirror. She reflects what she expects. Men who are not ready for real effort, real stability, or real love will quietly fade away, and that is a blessing, not a loss. Let them go. Let them remove themselves. It only makes room for the man who will actually choose you with clarity, not confusion. Self-respect is not loud, it's steady. It doesn't shout, it shows. It shows in your boundaries, in your standards, in the way you speak, and in the way you walk away when something feels wrong. And when a man sees that you respect yourself first, he understands he has only two choices: rise to meet your level or move aside. Either way, you win. Because the moment you put yourself first, you stop living in survival mode and start living in dignity. And that is when you stop attracting projects and finally start attracting partners. Men who don't need to be fixed, convinced, or chased, but men who are ready to build, protect, love, and respect you the way you deserve.